Hi everyone, welcome to day 2 of unit 2. Again, we're talking about lines. So as you recall, we are talking about lines, points, and planes. So again, we're learning about that geometry vocabulary. So we are building that and rocking that out for this small unit. So this is 2A, so we're going to be talking about lines and segments for this one. So let's get to it. So we're doing day 2. So you can always pause the video if I'm going too fast as you are writing everything down. So a line segment has a beginning and an end. So yesterday you learned about lines and those go on forever, right? If they have those arrows. Now they're going to stop. So they have endpoints A and B. So there's no more arrows on the top. Okay, and if I'm talking about the length, so the length of my arm or the length of the football field, so we're talking about the length, we would just put it equal to the 2 inches and you wouldn't really need the line over it, okay? So that's how we label it if we don't have the measurement. But if we're talking about measurement, we're just talking about the actual answer, the actual number. All right, segment addition postulate, it just means that we're going to be adding the pieces together. So we have AB plus BC equals the entire thing, which is AC. Okay, so what do they have in common? That middle point B. So we're going to be talking about adding, so we're making our own mini geo equations. Okay, so let's do number 1. So we're going to find out what AC is, so I'm going to label this information. So AB, segment AB is 3, and the measurement of BC is 11. So how would I find out what the entire thing is? So let's break it down. So AB is the first part, plus BC, and then the whole thing is AC. And that seems a little extra if all we're doing is just adding 2 numbers together. But it's gonna get spicy later, so just hang in there with me. So AC equals 14 centimeters. Okay? So that's the entire thing. So adding those pieces together. Well, I didn't really know if I was adding or subtracting or multiplying until I labeled my segment. Okay, so you are going to try A. So I want you to label each of the pieces and then come back and try it. Okay, so 4.5 inches is here and then 0.9 is here. Okay, so ED is this portion and EF is this portion. So again, I'm going to write the sentence. Okay, so DE plus EF equals DF. So again, what is DF? DF is the whole thing. So now I'm going to add them together. So 0.9 plus 4.5. And what is that going to equal for DF? So DF is going to be 5.4. Okay, 5.4 inches. Again, so we added again. So we had each section. So it says ED instead of DE. That means the same thing. You can just swap the numbers. So don't swap the letters. So no worries on that one. Okay? So don't worry if the letters are in a wackadoo order. You can always put it back. All right, now how is this one different? So let's write down, let's see what we've got. Okay, so we have XY right here. And we have YZ here. And then the entire thing is XZ. So let's write down that segment sentence. So XY plus YZ equals XZ. So let's plug in the information and see what we don't have. So we have XY and we have XZ. Okay, so again, the math isn't too wild. It's again just learning the vocab for it. Okay, so for this one, instead of adding, we're actually going to subtract to find that missing segment. Okay, so 32 minus 15, so we should be getting 17. So YZ equals 17 millimeters. All right, perfect. Now we're going to try out B. So again, we're labeling each of the sections and seeing what's going on. So GK is 75. Okay, so I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. And then HK is this portion, which is 25. So again, am I adding or subtracting to find out what GH is? Well, if I have the entire thing, if I have the entire portion, which is 75, let me label that. GK, hello, GK. There we are. All right, and then I have GH. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to leave it blank. All right, and then I'm going to plug in my information for my section I do have. So HK equals 25. Now that seems very extra to just find out that your answer is 50. I know, it seems a little bit much, okay? But again, we have to go slow to go fast later. So we went slow today by adding, so you learned